Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
The Team Automotive Group, we're offering you the Team Guarantee on new and used vehicles. Included with every new vehicle is a lifetime limited powertrain warranty. And now, get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get the Team Guarantee at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
As we start today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little slice of heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you. We start today's show as we normally do with Louisiana news and the Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS, coming under fire, as you well know, because of tragedies that have happened under the supervision of that agency. Legislators hearing more and more from individuals involved in that agency, and many of them of the opinion we still aren't getting the answers that we need. As you are also probably aware of, some of them have called for the Secretary of DCFS, Marquita Walters, to either resign or be fired. Governor John Bel Edwards, for his part this week, doubling down on his support of Secretary Walters, saying, quote, "We've had some failures that I don't make excuses for, and nobody makes excuses for, but they have resulted already in some changes in policies and procedures. There are individuals who are no longer there, and supervisors who are no longer supervisors and no longer there." The governor also saying, quote, "We have increased funding available for DCFS. We're working with the civil service system to get special entrance rates and other ways to better pay people so that we can attract and retain these workers that we need, and we're expanding the universe of people who are going to be qualified to get these jobs." As you well know, DCFS has made known that they are about 400 employees short of what they need to do their job adequately. Hence, the call for more funding and for changes at the top of the agency. Governor John Bel Edwards saying that he understands our frustration, but believes that at this point, removing the secretary would do more harm than good. Quote, I think that would probably delay the improvements and the changes that we know need to be made to bring in a new team at this point. Personally, I don't think it's ever too early to make change when change is needed. I understand wholeheartedly Secretary Walters is in between a rock and a hard place. I've talked about this before. It is hard in any place of employment to ask an individual to completely shoulder all of the blame for the failures of their department when in fact everybody knows they're understaffed and overworked. I get it. I understand that. And when all is said and done, I am one of those that believes in giving people the benefit of the doubt. Meaning, I'm going to do everything within my power to be sure that you have the resources you need to do the job adequately. That way, if I ensure that you have everything you need to do the job, and the job does not get done, then get them out of here. Get them out of here, because there is no justifiable excuse. Where all of this is going to end up, God only knows. But the fact of the matter is, it is the most vulnerable among us, our children, that are suffering because of this. You've heard me say this before, that a former pastor of mine was fond of saying, you can tell a lot about a society, about how they treat their children and the elderly. This says a lot about us, y'all. It truly does, because these children did not ask to come here. These children cannot defend themselves, and we, as a society, have an obligation. Now, how seriously we choose to take that obligation, I guess we will find that out in the long run. Speaking of Louisiana news, yet another state agency finds one of the leaders in some serious trouble. You may remember the story last week of a drug dealer that led police on a wild, high-speed chase on I-12. Ended up crashing into another car before that individual was arrested. Well, we now find out, courtesy of law enforcement, that the individual the drug dealer met to drop off or sell, if you will, drugs to was a high-ranking official in a state department. The Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office reporting Bridget Hull, H-U-L-L, Hull, the executive secretary of the Louisiana State Board of Private Security Examiners, was involved in the drug deal outside the fast food restaurant in Albany that led to this high-speed chase down I-12. Law enforcement saying that she was booked on possession of fentanyl and methamphetamine with intent to distribute, and possession of a firearm in the presence of illegal drugs. If ever you thought the scourge of illegal drug abuse was limited to a certain demographic, a certain type of individual, this is yet another classic example that this scourge knows no bounds. conditions. It is expected that today, Thursday, the State Board of Private Security Examiners will hold a special meeting to discuss Executive Secretary Hull's future. I've got to imagine this is going to be a pretty short meeting. I mean, I actually can't for the life of me figure out why you need to have a meeting. I'm sure there has to be, there's got to be, I would imagine, in the contract, a moral turpitude clause, which in most cases, if you run afoul in this manner, would lead to immediate termination. Now listen, y'all, I'm a conservative. I get it. I understand due process. And an individual in our country, thank you God, is presumed innocent unless and until they are proven guilty. I get that. But at the end of the day, the expectation and the level that individuals of this caliber are held to is and should be a much higher standard than just regular folks. I mean, after all, if you are one of the members of the top echelon of a state agency, there is an expectation that comes along with you having that job. Again, there is the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Sadly, it is yet another state agency in our state that finds itself dealing with some very embarrassing problems. We, of course, as I'm sure you will as well, will keep an eye on all of this as it transpires, and we will pass along any pertinent information as it becomes available. We are heading up on the first break of today's show. And when we come back, I want to talk about a segment that I have entitled, "We Dropped the Ball, Y'all." We dropped the ball big time. Opportunities like this, in this particular instance, only come along once in a lifetime. And sadly, the city that I love, the capital city of the great state of Louisiana, we dropped the ball big time. As a matter of fact, I told floor producer extraordinaire and my dear friend Mighty, I don't think we dropped the ball. We went out and bought a brand new ball and left it in the shopping cart in the parking lot of the store where we bought it. We dropped the ball just that bad. We'll talk about that when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The Mazda CX-50. Confident on- and off-road performance and intelligently designed utility inside and out.
The all-new Mazda CX-50 has arrived and is on sale right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. If you were with us heading into the last segment, you know that I gave you guys and girls the heads up saying this segment I would entitle, "We Dropped the Ball, Y'all." And personally, I don't think it's strong enough, but it's what immediately comes to mind. As you well know, this weekend, history is going to happen. Louisiana State University and Southern University's football teams will lock horns on the gridiron for the first time in the history of these two illustrious universities. I ran across an article yesterday laying out all of the, quote, community events that are scheduled to take place in conjunction with this history-making event. One, sidelining hunger. That's where the LSU and SU, SGAs, Student Government Associations, come together for a canned food drive. Tuesday of this week was a community impact luncheon where panelists celebrate the joint economic impact of LSU and Southern, including jobs, expenditures, and research. Wednesday, LSU and Southern's lab schools collaborated on the Walls Project, where they got together and painted some murals. The A&M Showcase by Verizon, highlighting academic offerings, including pathway programs from campuses across the state. Additionally, Thursday, coffee and conversation. That's Marty's favorite. A panel discussion regarding the A&M agenda and the importance of creating academic pathways between the two universities. And of course, Friday, the LSU Board of Supervisors meeting, and Southern later on, Friday, with their board meeting. Did you notice anything missing? None of these things give ordinary, everyday Baton Rougeans a chance to participate to any meaningful degree, and it does nothing to capitalize on the millions and millions of dollars that could have been made from this. Let's understand something here, y'all. This is history. And somewhere down the road, LSU and Southern will probably play one another in football again. But there's only one time where it will be the first time they've ever played each other. Why is it that with two renowned bands, the Golden Band from Tigerland, the Human Jukebox, why didn't we put 50,000 people, which we could have easily, in Tiger Stadium for Battle of the Bands at $20 a ticket? That is $1 million, not including parking and concessions. But you got to think bigger than a football game. It's all the citizens are going to get is a football game. With the Golden Girls and the Dancing Dolls, why aren't they on stage with the opportunity for the average guy to come up and take a picture? We'll print it out right there on the scene. $5, $10 a picture. And for an extra stipend, they'll autograph it for you. Why don't we have sanctioned the best artist in the city to put together a commemorative Capital City catfight poster? You can buy them laminated for $10, $12, $15, and we'll auction off 50 of them personally autographed by both head coaches and the stars of both of these teams. The amount of money that we left on the table. Then there's the Capital City Catfight Challenge. If you are a long-time, lifelong LSU fan, and there's nothing in your closet with Southern University on it, then the challenge is go out and buy something, a cap, t-shirt, banner, whatever, and wear it to one of these events. If you're a lifelong Southern Jaguar, but nothing in your closet has LSU on it, the challenge is go out and buy a cap, t-shirt, banner, whatever, and wear it to an event. Do you realize how you could stimulate the economy? Why don't we have, in conjunction with this, a Capital City catfight citywide cook-off? 10 teams representing Southern, 10 teams representing LSU. Who has the best jambalaya? Who's got the best barbecue ribs? Who's got the best chicken wings? Can you imagine the excitement that you generate? And it gives us the opportunity to sit down and break bread together and heal the wounds in this city. Find the oldest living Jaguar fans with an S and the oldest living LSU Tiger fans. Put them in each other's jersey. Sit them down and have a conversation about what things were like back in the day and how far we've come since then. We could have gotten national, international exposure by a city coming together, looking to heal the wounds in the city. Y'all might remember this place, Baton Rouge, not too long ago, They had all kinds of problems. Police officers were murdered, but wow, look at them now, how they're coming together over this. You realize with all these millions of dollars that we're leaving on the table, with all of the societal healing that we are not going to let take place, all we are going to walk away with, average Baton Rougean, is a freaking football game. That's all we're going to get out of this. And the fact of the matter is, just imagine, the way we cook in South Louisiana, everybody on the planet knows, boy, when you go to Louisiana, them folk got food down there that you would not believe. Get on the horn, call ESPN, and say, look, y'all, we know how much y'all love coming to Louisiana because of the food. We've got this thing going on, and we would love for you to send a couple of your announcers down here to be the official judges for our Capital City Catfight Cook-Off. You're talking national, international exposure. And we just let this slip through our fingers. Now say what you will. If Kip Holden were still the mayor, oh, he'd have been all over this. Kip would have ridden this horse till it dropped dead. And then he, in front of the cameras, then he would give that horse mouth to mouth. Get him up and ride him again. Kip Holden would have had a press conference announcing all of the things that I just told you. Kip would have walked to the microphone in a custom-made suit. On one side of the suit would have been tiger stripes. On the other side of the suit would have been jaguar spots. He'd have had a cowboy hat on with LSU on one side, Southern on the other. One of his boots would have been purple and gold. The other would have been blue and gold. Y'all, all we're going to get out of this is a football game. Now listen, I get it. I've heard the rumblings. I've talked to some folks. Had a guy that I respect wholeheartedly the other day tell me, called me up clear out the blue, said, Clarence, I need your feedback on something. I said, sure, bro, what you got? He said, first thing, I want to know what you think about the game. So we talked about that. Then he said, you know, I've been hearing some rumblings in some circles that there are some people that are concerned that, you know how we are in Louisiana sometimes with us Cajuns and Creoles, sometimes we drink too much. Some people are afraid the wrong person might say the wrong thing at the wrong time and there's an ugly incident. Well, that's always possible. Human nature being what human nature is, you know, things happen. But if you start at the top, how long have we known this game was going to happen? If the leadership sets the tone up front, this is an opportunity for unity. We are going to bring this city together with two of the most renowned fan bases on the planet. If you start preaching that from the outset, and then back it up with a police presence so large that if any of you clowns come down here for this game and unity and togetherness is not on your mind, we got something for your ASS. You can nip that in the bud real easy. But for us to have this opportunity, y'all, this is history in the making. And all we're going to walk away with is a football game. You've heard me say, if you've listened to me on radio or TV all these years, one of my biggest pet peeves is that we don't believe enough in ourselves to invest in ourselves. If we don't do it, who will? Can you imagine the head of some Fortune 500 company flipping through the channels and sees, wow, look at these folks coming together. Look at what they're doing and look at the money they raise. Man, these folks are serious. This looks like the kind of place I might want to expand my business to. The exposure, y'all, you can't put a dollar figure on. But you can put a dollar figure on what we missed out on by not doing the things that were totally in our control. This is embarrassing, y'all. It's embarrassing. And it shows a complete lack of leadership. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought about this last night when I read the article, and I'm going, well, where's the stuff for the fans? Where does the city benefit? Where does the ordinary Joe benefit? I said to myself, well, I can't blame the new guy at LSU, first black president, because English teachers, cover your ears in 3, 2, 1. He ain't from here. He don't get it. He doesn't understand our culture and our city. He don't get it. I can't blame the new guy at Southern. English teachers, again, 3, 2, 1. He ain't from here. He don't get it. He doesn't understand our culture. But the city itself, letting this opportunity just flitter away in the wind. Y'all, we got to think bigger than this. We've got to think bigger than this. There's too much at stake. And when all is said and done, this is the only time we will be able to say it's the first time in history that LSU and Southern have locked horns on the gridiron. Got my rant out my system. I feel a little better. Bottom of the hour break. We'll get this out of the way. Talk more with you when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
At the Team Automotive Group, we're offering you the Team Guarantee on new and used vehicles. Included with every new vehicle is a lifetime limited powertrain warranty. And now, get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get the Team Guarantee at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Caught spiders?
Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. All right, I got it out of my system. I'm back on an even keel now. It's only, y'all, and you know this already, it's only because of how much I love my state and how much I love my Baton Rouge. And we have unquestionably more than our fair share of problems. So when I see an opportunity right in front of us to do some wonderful, marvelous things on the healing side and on the dollar side, that it hurts to watch it just flitter away. Now, for those of you that are wondering, what is he talking about? Well, go to YouTube and pull up today's show and watch the preceding segment. And while I've been in this business long enough to know not everybody's going to agree with everything you say, nor should they, I don't think there will be anywhere near just a handful of people that could disagree with what I said about us dropping the ball on this LSU Southern football game. Just an observation. Another observation on a totally different plane. In recent memory, particularly in the wake of the George Floyd incident, murder, tragic death, whatever label you want to put on it, we have seen in this country a headlong push into certain directions when it comes to dealing with criminals in our society. We have been inundated with defund the police. Although now the left, liberals, those who were pushing defund the police are now running away from it like nobody's business. They all have seen the polls and the like now that says about 80% of black folk want either the same amount of police or more police. We have been inundated in recent months with social justice warriors calling for bail reform. And of course, we have been inundated in recent memory with individuals that would tell us that law enforcement and the criminal justice system is systemically racist. And we need to get these people out of jail because it's racist. It's just racist. In recent memory, we've also seen, hey, look everybody, it's Nick. Welcome, Nick. We've also, in recent memory, seen very graphically how this is working out for people. The most recent example was in Memphis, Tennessee. Yesterday, a 19-year-old went on a rampage, shooting and killing 4 people, shooting and wounding 3 others as he drove around Memphis randomly shooting people. Oh, and did I mention, while he was riding around shooting, wounding, and killing residents of Memphis, he was also streaming it live on Facebook. 19 years old. But it gets worse. It gets worse. This 19-year-old, and I'm not going to because, and I understand a lot of them do it hoping the media will say their name and they get street cred or notoriety. So I'm not going to honor this piece of scum by even mentioning his name. However, we do know that this 19-year-old, back in 2021, was charged with attempted first-degree murder. He was allowed, however, in a plea bargain to plead guilty to a downgraded charge of aggravated assault. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison and was released, wait for it, after 11 months. The mayor of that great city, Memphis, Tennessee, Mayor Strickland, said it better than I ever could. Quote, if, and I'm not going to use his name, I'll just say, if this guy had served his full 3-year sentence, he would still be in prison today, and 4 of our fellow citizens would still be alive. You know, I guess there is something to be said about caring for your fellow man, wanting to see everybody get a fair shake. And I guess there's something to be said about we all, at some point in our lives, needed a second chance at something. I get that. But recent memory, in case you don't know, recent memory has shown us in no uncertain terms that in every city in America, every state in the United States of America has individuals that in no uncertain terms have demonstrated they either cannot or will not live by the rules of a civilized society. For those people, we have jails and prisons. I understand. Well, Clarence, you know, that guy, the attempted murder thing, he deserves a second chance. I have no problem with that, but not after 11 months. And the fact of the matter is, go and talk today to any family member of any of the 4 people that this clown murdered, allegedly, and see what they think. Go and talk today to any of the 3 or their family members who were seriously wounded by this clown and see what they have to say. Better yet, if you possess the ability to be honest with yourself, ask yourself, if one of the 4 that he murdered, after being let out of prison 11 months into a 3-year sentence, if one of the 4 that he murdered was your mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, would you still feel the same way? If you are honest with yourself, we know the answer. You don't even have to say it. At some point, y'all, and for God's sake, I hope it's a whole lot sooner than it is later, we are going to have to send a message. And the fact of the matter is, it may sound good, it may sound progressive, but there are people out there, y'all, that either don't possess the ability to, or they flat out refuse to live by the rules of a civilized society. And the sooner we come to that realization and put measures in place to prove it to them, the better off we're going to be. You know, every day that I talk to the God that I love, I ask His grace and His blessings on individuals that have lost loved ones to the scourge of violent crime, particularly those who've lost children. Because losing a child goes against the natural order of things. God did not design His universe for parents to bury their children. Children are supposed to bury parents. And we see every single day, with increasing frequency and increasing violence, parents being forced to bury their children. I can only hope that at some point in the very near future, we will have enough. And we will step up, stand up, and man up. Well, I guess I have to say woman up too, and do something about it. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremontis.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I chuckle because with the ever-increasing level of stupidity in our country, there are some folks, even though we know they're not all there, you keep thinking at some point, well, certainly they can't get any more stupid than the last thing they said. Enter AOC. This week, you will probably notice, if you are one that glances in the checkout line or the magazine rack or whatever, you'll probably see her on the cover of GQ. And of course, that's the big interview in Gentleman's Quarterly this month. In this interview, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez claimed, and I'll paraphrase because my time is short, I won't be able to be president because so many people in this country hate women. So many people hate women. She says she struggles when young girls say to her, I want to be president one day. And AOC, as you would imagine, pointed to those of us on the right, but then she went even further, saying it's not just on the right, it's on the left, in the middle, and the right. They hate women because they're women. Nah, sister. We don't hate you because you're a woman. We hate you because you're stupid. There. I clarified it for you. We don't hate you because you're female. We hate you because you're a socialist. We hate you because your policies are destroying this country. We hate you because you're stupid. Now you know. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to ask anybody. And you don't have to lie to the reporter at GQ. You keep saying to yourself, this woman cannot get any more stupid. And we just keep breathing. All she's got to do is open her mouth. We hate women in this country, and particularly women of color. So I guess the 81 million that voted for Kamala Harris, they simply put aside their hatred of women so that they could get Orange Man out of office. Do you see how stupid this person is? I don't even want to call her a woman, because then I'm doing a disservice to real women in this country. Just when you think, nah, there's no way she can get in more stupid. Remember when she said, well, Republicans don't like me because they can't date me. Wait, I thought those of us on the right didn't like you because we couldn't date you. Now we find out the real reason they don't like you is because we hate women in this country. I will be the first to admit, till the light came on, I used to love Gentleman's Quarter. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I don't believe in that. I would grab a copy of GQ in a heartbeat, particularly in the change of seasons, so I could see what new fashion trends are coming out for the fall, what's new for spring, so on and so forth. And then they went all the way to the left. Now on TV, that's going to be to the right, because everything is in reverse. Once that happened, I can't tell you, it's been at least 20 years since I've read GQ. And if they were hoping that people like me would pick up a copy in the checkout line because AOC is on the cover, contraire, mon frère, you about as wrong as two left shoes. But at least you know now, according to AOC, the reason she can never be president is because so many people in this country hate women. I will say again, we don't hate you because you're a woman. We hate you because you're stupid. Real simple. Real simple. And if you doubt the authenticity of it, y'all just wait for her to open her mouth again. You'll see. She will prove it unequivocally, hands down. Then you'll have to admit, yeah, Clarence told me. He tried to tell me, but did I listen? Nah, maybe next time. Then again, knowing some of y'all, maybe not. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But this day, maybe more so than any other in history, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we ain't perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Then again, ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. God bless.